All right, everybody, it's time again for the Market Minute at smallcapinvestor.com. I'm Jennifer Schonberger. The Federal Reserve cut the Fed funds rate and the discount rate by 50 basis points. For more on the Fed's moves and today's market action, we turn to Benson George, senior analyst at smallcapinvestor.com. Benson, the Fed gave the market what it wanted, a 50 basis point rate cut. But is this really going to stimulate lending, or was this move merely to appease markets?
The latter. It was to the market had already priced in a 50 basis point rate cut, but I think it's in conjunction with some of the other central banks cutting rates. China's been cutting rates for 3 weeks. Taken in tandem, it will have an impact eventually on lending. At least that's what the theory says. As money becomes cheap, it should spur lending.
Okay, and building on the market's actual reaction to the rate cut today, the Dow wasn't able to hold the rally from earlier in the day. We ended up closing in the red. What does this mean in terms of finding a bottom?
Well, Jennifer, the way that I see it is that yesterday was just a gorgeous day in terms of market performance, and so there had to be, just given the volatility that the market's seen over the last month or two, there had to be some profit taking, and I think there were investors. Once again, it was late day, after 3 o'clock, when the market actually showed what it was going to do. Up to that point, the market was it was unmoved based on the rate cut. So I think there were people looking to see what was going to happen. Was the market going to continue to go up, or was it going to come down? And when they didn't see that upward momentum that they had hoped for, they decided to cash in on some of the gains that they had made yesterday.
All right, and something else interesting that I want to touch on that I saw today, the Russell led the Dow, the small cap index led the Dow. We haven't seen this historically in the rut that we've been in. What does this mean? Is this kind of a flash in the pan, or is this a longer term signal?
Right. Well, historically, what does happen is the Russell does tend to lead the Dow out of a bear market. I don't know if that's what we saw today. This was a rate cut, so being that there was a rate cut, small caps are a little bit more sensitive to interest rate cuts, and so if it's a rate cut, you should expect, in theory, small caps to move favorably, and that could be all it is.
All right, thanks for your insights, Benson. We'll go ahead and leave it there. Thanks, everybody.